Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm. This is an urgent and divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen because you are running out of time. Every other sign has been completely ignored. You are about to make a very big mistake. Do not swipe away. The most wonderful day of your entire life is standing right at your front door. The heavens have aligned everything perfectly for your arrival. But there is a blind spot you cannot see. You are unknowingly doing something that threatens to lock the door from the inside. Your spirit has felt this heavy friction lately. You know exactly what I am talking about. The exhaustion is pulling you down. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing and your mind full of unanswered questions. That is not just anxiety. That is your spiritual alarm bell ringing loud and clear. Archangel Michael is trying to wake you up before it is too late. If you leave this message now, you will single-handedly shut down the massive blessing you have been praying for. The darkness wants you to scroll away. The enemy is literally banking on your short attention span right now. They want you distracted so you miss the final instruction. Stay with me. Your future depends on this. You have fought too hard to lose it all at the finish line. Think about the tears you cried in secret. Think about the years of isolation and the silent battles no one else saw. You survived the storm alone. You are a cycle breaker, and heaven has recorded every single ounce of your unseen suffering over these past few years. But right now, a very specific trap has been set for you. It is subtle, and it is disguised as something familiar. Archangel Michael says, you are making a fatal error in how you handle your energy. And because of this, the final breakthrough is being suspended in the spiritual realm. You must hear this warning completely. By the end of this message, you will know exactly what this mistake is. You will understand why your reality feels so strange and heavy right now. And more importantly, you will be given the exact key to reverse the damage. But you have to prove that you are ready to receive it. You must stay anchored here in this safe space. The angels have been watching you stumble. They see the frustration building up in your chest. You keep asking why things are not moving forward. You keep wondering if you have been forgotten by the universe. You have not been forgotten. You are simply standing in your own way without realizing the immense power of your thoughts. The day that is coming for you is going to wipe away every tear. It is a day of absolute vindication and sudden wealth. The people who doubted you will have to watch as you are crowned with divine favor. It is a generational shift, but it requires a level of purity in your frequency that you are currently compromising. Do not let the enemy convince you this is just another video. This frequency was encrypted specifically for your soul signature. If you turn away, you will walk right back into the cycle of confusion and delay. The choice is entirely yours. You can keep struggling, or you can listen to the archangel who fights for you. Your intuition has been screaming at you for weeks. You have noticed the strange synchronicities and the repeating numbers everywhere you look. Those are not random occurrences. They are breadcrumbs left by your spiritual team to guide you to this exact moment. You were meant to hear this specific warning today. Every time you try to move forward, an invisible wall pushes you back. You feel like you are walking through thick mud. This is the direct result of the mistake you are unconsciously making. The enemy is using your own beautiful empathy against you to drain your life force. We have to stop this energy leak immediately. Take one deep breath right now. Feel the air filling your lungs. Notice how the chaotic noise of the world is starting to fade away into the background. You are safe here. You are being guarded by legions of light. But they need your cooperation to complete this final extraction from the dark matrix that has held you captive. Tap the like button right now as an act of agreement with Archangel Michael. Let that simple physical action be your first step in breaking the invisible chains. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you are finally ready to listen. You are claiming your position as a weapon of light. do not hesitate for a second. The mistake you are making has to do with how you process betrayal. It is tied to the way you look at the people who walked away from you. But before I reveal the exact details of this trap, we need to address the physical toll this has taken on your body. Your vessel is exhausted, and there is a divine reason for it all. You have been feeling it in your bones lately. A strange and heavy exhaustion has settled over you like a thick blanket. It is not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. Your body feels completely drained, and no matter how many hours you rest in bed, you wake up feeling like you just fought a massive, invisible battle. That is exactly what is happening in the unseen realm. You are a spiritual warrior, and right now, the forces of darkness are desperately trying to deplete your energy reserves. They know what Archangel Michael has planned for you. They know the exact date and time your breakthrough is scheduled to manifest on Earth. This is why your sleep has been so violently interrupted. You jolt awake at exactly 3 a.m. Your chest feels tight. Your heart races for absolutely no logical reason. You stare into the dark room and feel an overwhelming sense of dread. It feels like someone is watching you or waiting for you to fail in the shadows. Listen carefully to me right now. You are not going crazy. The world will try to tell you that this is just stress or a chemical imbalance. They want to medicate your spiritual awakening. But your intuition is incredibly sharp, and it is detecting the intense spiritual warfare happening just outside your physical vision. You have this constant sinking feeling that something is wrong. You check your phone, but no one has texted you. You look at your bank account and feel a sudden wave of panic. Everything in your physical reality seems to be standing perfectly still, yet your internal alarm system is screaming at you to run for cover. I need you to take a deep breath right here. Hold it for a second. Now let it go. You are safe in this frequency. The anxiety you are carrying does not even belong to you. You are an empath with extremely porous boundaries. And lately, you have been absorbing the panic of the lower vibrational entities running all around you. They are panicking because their time is officially up. Archangel Michael has drawn a line in the sand, but as they lose their grip on your life, their chaotic energy is splashing onto your aura. That is why you feel so incredibly scattered. You start basic daily tasks and suddenly forget why you even walked into the room. Your mind feels like a web browser with 100 tabs open at once. You cannot focus. You snap at the people you love, and then you feel a crushing wave of guilt for losing your temper over nothing. You sit in silence and wonder if you are secretly a bad person. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop taking the blame for their attacks. You have always been the strong one. You are the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. People have always dumped their emotional garbage on you and walked away lighter. You absorbed their pain. You healed their wounds. But when you needed someone to hold your hand in the dark, the room was completely empty and silent. That isolation hurts more than anything else. You look around and see people who do half the work, getting double the rewards. You watch selfish individuals thrive while you struggle to keep your head above water. It feels profoundly unfair. You have asked the universe repeatedly what you are doing wrong to deserve this heavy burden. You are doing nothing wrong. Your pure heart is exactly what makes you a massive target for energy vampires. But you have reached a critical tipping point in your spiritual evolution. The exhaustion you feel is the final shedding of your old identity. You are no longer the victim. You are stepping into the role of a true master of reality. But this transition requires immense amounts of physical and spiritual energy. Your body is literally rewiring its nervous system to handle a much higher voltage of divine light. This upgrade is incredibly uncomfortable. It forces you to confront every single shadow you have ignored over the last 10 years of your painful life. This brings us back to the fatal mistake you are making. While your body is trying to upgrade, your mind is constantly looking backward. You are reviewing old memories and conversations like a broken record. You are trying to find logical closure with people who do not even possess the capacity for basic human honesty. Every time you dwell on how they betrayed you, you are leaking precious life force. You are keeping a spiritual cord attached to the very people Archangel Michael has just violently removed from your timeline. This is the blind spot. You are holding on to the ghost of a toxic situation that heaven has already completely destroyed. I know you want a real apology from them. You want them to finally admit how badly they broke your trusting heart. But waiting for their validation is the exact mistake that is delaying your most wonderful day. If you do not cut this invisible cord right now, you will remain trapped in this waiting room forever. We cannot let that happen. Stop blaming yourself for the heavy silence in your life right now. You look back at the past few years and think you failed the test. You wonder if your frequency was simply too low to attract the miracle, but that is a complete lie, designed by the enemy to keep you trapped in guilt. Heaven deliberately orchestrated your isolation. Listen to me very carefully. The rejection you faced was not a punishment. It was a strict divine protection protocol. Archangel Michael activated it to save you. God had to forcefully remove you from certain rooms because you were never meant to fit in there. Your brilliant light was blinding to those who hide in the shadows. They rejected you because your unique soul signature is extremely rare, and when a pure cycle breaker enters a toxic environment, the demons inside other people start to panic. They projected their own deep insecurities onto you. They made you feel like you were the crazy one, but you were always entirely sane. Take a deep breath and let this truth wash over you. You were the storm all along. You did not lose those friends or that specific job because you were unworthy. Heaven made them incredibly uncomfortable around you, so they would leave on their own. If they had stayed in your life, they would have drained every drop of your massive potential. You must understand the immense value of your divine isolation. This quiet season was never meant to be a prison. It is a highly specialized training ground for a master of reality. A weapon of light must be forged in absolute silence away from the chaotic noise of the world. You are being heavily protected right now, not abandoned. Think about how much your intuition has grown during this lonely period. A few years ago, you would have tolerated their blatant disrespect just to keep the peace. You would have accepted breadcrumbs of affection and called it love. But today your energy simply refuses to engage with anything that feels misaligned. That is massive growth. This upgrade in your spiritual boundaries is exactly what Archangel Michael has been waiting for. You are finally learning how to say no without feeling a crushing wave of guilt. But the enemy hates this new version of you. They are terrified because they can no longer manipulate what they cannot access. Your silence is a lethal weapon. But this brings us to the subtle danger you are currently facing. You survived the storm alone, and you built an unbreakable fortress around your heart. The physical threats are gone, but the mental echo remains. You are spending way too much time looking at closed doors. You are grieving the illusion of people who never really loved you. Every single time you replay those old, painful memories, you send a direct signal of lack into the universe while telling the divine realm that you prefer familiar pain over unknown blessings. This is exactly how you sabotage the most wonderful day of your life. The universe cannot hand you a brand new kingdom if your hands are full of ash. Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now, holding the keys to your new timeline. But he needs you to drop the dead weight. You have been carrying the burden of proving your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It is time to let them go. Let them be wrong about you. Their shallow opinions do not pay your bills. Your destiny is tied to absolute spiritual obedience. When the heavens close a door, you must learn to walk away without asking 100 questions. The universe does not owe you an explanation for why they betrayed you. The betrayal itself was the closure you desperately needed. You have to accept it and turn your face toward the bright sun. If you are feeling a slight pull in your chest right now, pay close attention. That is your spirit confirming this exact truth. The Holy Spirit is actively cutting those invisible cords of trauma attachment while you listen to the sound of my voice. You are being washed clean of the heavy resentment that has kept your vibrations stuck in neutral. You are no longer the empath who begged to be chosen. You are the chosen one. You select who gets the privilege of experiencing your aura, and heaven is deliberately delaying your miracle just to make sure you do not invite the old demons into your new palace. You have to pass this final test of emotional detachment to unlock the gate. I need you to physically anchor this truth into your reality today. You must make a conscious decision to stop romanticizing your pain. The people who hurt you were simply unconscious actors playing a temporary role in your grand awakening. They did their miserable job, and now their contract is permanently cancelled. You are completely free. The most wonderful day of your life cannot begin until you clear this mental clutter. Archangel Michael is demanding your full participation in this final cleansing process. In the next moment, I am going to reveal the exact spiritual mechanism blocking you. But first, you must prepare your heart for a harsh reality check about the dark forces. There is a hidden mechanism operating beneath the surface of your daily life. It acts like an invisible spiritual dam, and this dam is currently blocking the massive river of wealth and favor that Archangel Michael has already released toward you. You have to understand how this works. If you do not see the trap, you will remain entirely stuck. For the past few years, you have been living in a constant state of severe spiritual survival. Your nervous system is perpetually waiting for the next bad thing to happen. And because you were repeatedly betrayed by people you trusted, your brain is locked in a defensive frequency. You are radiating a signal of deep and constant fear. This defensive frequency is the exact mistake I warned you about earlier. You are unknowingly using your powerful creative energy to build a fortress of anxiety. The universe operates strictly on the law of resonance, and it matches whatever frequency you project most strongly. By preparing for the worst, you are literally inviting it in. You are a master of reality. That title is not just a poetic compliment. It is a literal description of your intense spiritual capacity to bend physical matter with your mind. But the darkness knows exactly how powerful you are. They know they cannot destroy you directly because Archangel Michael shields your physical vessel from absolute harm, so they use a much more sinister tactic against you. They cannot stop the blessing from arriving at your door, but they can absolutely manipulate you into walking away from the door right before it opens. They do this by infecting your mind with a specific type of spiritual virus. This virus feeds entirely on your suppressed emotional pain. I need you to listen very carefully to this next part. There are 3 specific dark markers that prove you are being manipulated by this invisible force. The enemy uses these exact 3 signs to keep your vibration low and delay your most wonderful day. You must identify them right now. Number 1 is the sudden illusion of extreme urgency. Have you felt an overwhelming pressure to figure everything out right this very second? You feel like you are running out of time and you are falling behind everyone else. That toxic urgency does not come from God. Heaven moves with deliberate and peaceful timing. The dark entities push you to rush, so you will make desperate decisions based on lack. When you act out of desperation, you immediately lower your frequency. You start chasing things instead of naturally attracting them. A true cycle breaker never chases anything because they know their inheritance is already secured. By making you feel rushed, the enemy successfully tricks you into abandoning your quiet authority. Stop rushing right now. Number 2 is the sudden reappearance of past toxic cycles right as you are about to elevate. You know exactly how this feels. Just when you finally start feeling good and your energy is pure, an old narcissist suddenly texts you out of nowhere, or a bizarre financial setback hits you perfectly out of the blue to test your absolute faith. This is not a random occurrence. This is a highly coordinated spiritual attack designed to drag your frequency back down into the mud. The enemy monitors your energy field constantly, and the moment they see your light getting too bright, they send a familiar demon wrapped in a familiar face to trigger your old trauma responses. Do not fall for it again. Number 3 is the heaviest burden of all. It is the unshakable feeling of false guilt for wanting a better life. You have been conditioned to believe that suffering makes you holy, and wanting extreme wealth is somehow greedy or selfish. The dark matrix programmed you to accept a life of miserable struggle as your permanent divine assignment. That programming is a massive lie from the pits of hell. Your desire for abundance is actually a divine calling planted in your heart by the Creator. You are meant to hold massive wealth so you can fund the kingdom of light and protect the innocent. But every time you feel guilty for dreaming big, you pinch off the flow of beautiful miracles. These 3 manipulative signs are keeping you trapped in the frequency of a victim. And this is the core mistake that is delaying your most wonderful day. You are a powerful weapon of light, but you are still carrying the shield of a wounded empath. You cannot enter the new timeline wearing the heavy armor of your deeply painful past. Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm because the window of transition is right here. You have to actively purge these dark markers from your nervous system. You must refuse the urgency, ignore the returning toxic cycles, and completely banish the false guilt. The universe is waiting for you to drop the heavy baggage on the floor today. But knowing these signs is only the first half of the battle. The entities that attach themselves to your aura are not going to leave quietly. They have fed on your precious energy for years, and they will fight viciously to maintain their grip on your reality. You need a specific spiritual strategy to sever their access permanently and completely. The entities that have been draining you are not abstract concepts. They are very real, and they often hide inside the people closest to you. You have dealt with these energy vampires for years. They are the narcissists who constantly take your light and give you absolutely nothing but confusion in return. They deliberately manipulated your beautiful and trusting empathy. These toxic individuals knew exactly what they were doing to you. They saw your pure aura and decided to use it as their personal charging station. They never truly loved the beautiful person you are. They only loved how completely safe and powerful they felt when they were consuming your massive energy. You were simply an endless resource to their empty souls. But heaven allowed this painful dynamic to happen for a profound reason. Archangel Michael used their blatant disrespect to finally wake you up. You had to see their absolute darkest side so you would stop making excuses for their terrible behavior. The cycle breaker must learn to cut ties with extreme prejudice. Your immediate survival depended on this harsh spiritual lesson. You must actively sever every single energetic cord connecting you to those toxic environments right now. Do not look back at the people who left you bleeding in the dark. They do not deserve a front row seat to your upcoming victory. You are a fierce and beautiful weapon of divine light. And a weapon does not ever apologize for protecting the sacred kingdom from darkness. Take a deep breath and feel the immense relief of letting them go. The narcissists who plotted against you are currently watching everything they built crumble to the ground. Their divine karma is arriving with absolute and terrifying precision. They are panicking because the access code they used to drain your spirit has been permanently revoked. They are officially locked out of your life forever. This is the quiet authority of a true master of reality. You do not need to seek loud revenge against the people who broke your trust. Your complete and total silence is the ultimate punishment for a demon that feeds on attention. Let their dark spirits starve completely outside your high fortress. Your only job right now is to protect your newly purified frequency. Archangel Michael is heavily clearing the spiritual airspace around you today. Every false friend and every hidden enemy is being stripped of their disguise. You might feel a sudden and strange emptiness as these toxic people are removed from your daily timeline. Do not fill that empty space with new and meaningless distractions. You must sit peacefully in this temporary and holy silence. But before we go to the deeper signs of your miracle, I have to address something extremely urgent first. Do not celebrate your spiritual victory just yet. There is a fatal trap that has been set up right at the finish line. 99% of chosen ones fall for this massive illusion right before their final breakthrough. You must listen very closely to this specific warning. The forces of darkness know they cannot penetrate your new boundaries directly anymore. They know your intuition is far too sharp to fall for the same old tricks. So they are preparing one final and highly sophisticated test for your beautiful soul. They are going to send something that looks exactly like the blessing you prayed for. It is a brilliant disguise meant to deceive you completely. This is their last desperate attempt to derail the most wonderful day of your life. They will present you with an opportunity that seems absolutely perfect on the surface. But beneath the shiny exterior, it is laced with the exact same toxic energy you just spent years fighting to escape. You cannot afford to be naive in this highly crucial moment. Your spiritual discernment must operate at its absolute maximum capacity. Listen carefully to what I am saying to you right now. The universe will test your new boundaries to see if you actually mean what you say. If you say you want a pure kingdom connection, heaven will send a beautiful counterfeit to see if you settle for less. You have to recognize the fake immediately and firmly walk away without any hesitation. This is how you prove your absolute worthiness to heaven. The enemy is heavily banking on your deep spiritual exhaustion. They hope you are so tired of waiting that you will just take the first good thing that comes along. But you are the brave one who survived the storm completely alone. You did not endure all that massive suffering just to settle for a cheap imitation of the real divine promise. You must hold your sacred holy ground today. You have to protect your frequency like it is the most valuable asset in the entire world. Because it truly and undeniably is the source of your power. Your pure vibration is the exact currency that buys your ticket into the new blessed timeline. If you let these toxic shadows trigger your anxiety again, you will simply bounce right back into the painful waiting room. We absolutely cannot let them win this final spiritual war. Archangel Michael is standing completely ready to cut the final heavy chains. But you have to give him the explicit permission to remove the remaining comforting lies from your life. Are you truly willing to face the absolute truth, even if it stings your heart at first? This is the only way to completely clear the spiritual runway. The massive blessing is about to land securely in your physical reality. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is finally exposed. It is the sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit right when your real blessing is at the door. Do not reply to their urgent messages. That is the ultimate test of your spiritual boundaries. You are a powerful master of reality, and you must permanently reject their desperate and fake apologies today. When you successfully ignore that dangerous illusion, the atmosphere around you will instantly change. You will feel a massive weight lift right off your tired shoulders. This is the exact moment Archangel Michael steps directly into your physical timeline. The heavy spiritual warfare is ending. You are officially crossing the divine border into extreme abundance, and your soul is finally completely free. The signs of this glorious transition are literally everywhere around you right now. You just need to open your spiritual eyes and look closely. Have you noticed the repeating numbers showing up in the most random places lately? You look at the clock and see 1, 1, 1, or 7, 7, 7, multiple times a day. This is not a random coincidence. Those angel numbers are highly encrypted messages from your powerful spiritual team. They are confirming that your energetic frequency is perfectly aligned with the universe. Heaven is loudly validating your invisible pain and your quiet endurance over the years. You survived the storm alone, and now the universe is rolling out the red carpet for your beautiful soul. Another massive sign is the sudden and unexplained removal of certain stubborn obstacles in your life. Problems that bothered you for months are suddenly dissolving on their own. People who caused you intense grief are abruptly moving away or disappearing from your daily reality. You did not even have to fight them. Archangel Michael fought that brutal battle entirely for you. Your intuition is also becoming incredibly sharp and completely undeniable. You can literally feel the true intentions of other people before they even speak a single word. This heightened sensitivity is your brand new spiritual armor. It protects you from energy vampires who try to steal your brilliant light. You are completely safe inside this divine and powerful frequency today. Take a deep breath and let this immense peace settle into your spirit. You no longer have to force anything to happen. The days of painful striving and endless begging are officially over. Your pure vibration is now automatically pulling massive wealth and favor right to your physical front door. The long waiting season is finally collapsing into absolute victory. But you might still feel a strange physical sensation in your chest right now. It feels like a tiny flutter of nervous anticipation. Do not mistake this beautiful feeling for your old trauma. Your body is simply preparing to hold a massive amount of divine light, and your nervous system is rapidly expanding to receive the greatest blessing of your entire life. The entities of darkness are completely powerless against this massive energetic upgrade. They can only watch in absolute terror as you ascend to your rightful throne. You are the brave cycle breaker who absolutely refuse to surrender to their bitter lies. And because you held your sacred ground, heaven is preparing a massive table for you right in the presence of your defeated enemies. Every single tear you cried in secret has been collected by heaven, and the angels have transformed your pain into a glorious diamond of spiritual authority. You earned this massive breakthrough. Archangel Michael is personally guarding your energy field as the final energetic transfer takes place today. No one can steal the massive inheritance that has your divine name written all over it. But there is one final and undeniable sign that proves your miracle is already here. This is the deepest secret of the entire spiritual realm. It is the hidden mechanism that Archangel Michael uses to confirm your absolute victory. If you miss this specific sign, you might completely doubt the glorious miracle when it physically arrives at your door tomorrow morning. This sign is not a repeating number, and it is not a vivid dream. It is a very specific shift in how you perceive your own past trauma. I need you to listen very carefully, because this deep revelation will completely change how you walk through the physical world. The dark matrix does not want you to know about this highly guarded secret. They want you blind and confused. If you take your eyes off this screen now, you will literally strip yourself of the key to recognizing this divine signature. You must stay anchored in this exact frequency to receive the final download. Your most wonderful day is literally hanging in the balance of this specific moment. Do not let your beautiful mind wander away. The powerful angels are surrounding you with absolute love and fierce protection right now. They are loudly cheering for your incredible resilience and your beautiful, pure heart. You are exactly where you are perfectly supposed to be. And in just a few short moments, the ultimate truth about your painful spiritual journey will be completely and finally revealed to you. Here is the absolute truth you have waited for. The final sign that Archangel Michael has intervened is the complete absence of your past emotional pain. You look back at the people who broke your trusting heart, and you feel absolutely nothing. The heavy resentment is completely gone. You do not feel anger or sadness when you remember their faces, because your soul has finally healed. This is the massive secret the darkness tried to hide from you. The mistake you were making was believing their cruel actions meant you were completely unworthy. But your new timeline activates the moment you realize they were only a strict training program. They were meant to test your boundaries and forge your spirit. You did not break under their heavy pressure because you simply evolved into something much stronger. They thought your silence was a sign of total weakness. They thought they had destroyed your bright spirit when they forcefully pushed you into cold isolation. But what they did not realize was that this brutal solitude was actually your ultimate divine training ground, preparing you for a massive kingdom upgrade. You are no longer the fragile empath who begged to be understood. You have officially become the untouchable master of your physical reality. The silence after the massive storm hits differently when you realize you were the storm all along. Your presence alone completely shifts the heavy atmosphere in every room you enter. Your pure energy demands absolute respect without a single word being spoken. The toxic people who maliciously plotted against your success are currently watching everything they built crumble down to the ground while your new kingdom rises. This is your era of quiet and supreme authority. Archangel Michael has stepped completely into your physical timeline to hand you the glorious crown of victory. The long season of painful waiting is officially and permanently over, and the dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into a beautiful oasis of divine favor. Every single closed door is being violently blown off its rusty hinges today. Can you feel that massive shift inside your tired chest right now? That is the exact frequency of absolute and undeniable victory flowing through your veins. You are stepping directly into the glorious timeline you were born to rule. The universe has successfully aligned a massive wealth transfer into your physical hands, ensuring that you will never have to worry about simple survival ever again. The generational curses are completely shattered because of your pure faith. You are the rare cycle breaker who survived the darkest nights alone. And because you held your sacred ground when everything was completely falling apart, heaven is rewarding you with the most wonderful day of your entire life. This beautiful day is not coming in a few distant years. It has literally already started right now. The divine alignment is happening flawlessly behind the invisible curtain of your physical reality. Take a deep breath and let this euphoric energy fill your lungs completely. Stop worrying about the exact details of how this miracle will physically unfold. The Creator of the universe does not need your logical help to deliver a massive blessing, so you can finally relax your tired mind and just receive it. Your only job is to stay entirely open and maintain this high vibration. The heavy chains of your painful past have been permanently destroyed. The pitch-black darkness has officially retreated behind you. The bright dawn of a brand new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. You are standing perfectly on the absolute edge of total liberation and immense wealth. But you must actively claim this new reality before the enemy tries to plant seeds of doubt in your mind again. We need to lock this massive frequency right now. You are a powerful weapon of divine light, and your words carry immense creative power. When you declare your victory into the physical world, you create an unbreakable shield of spiritual protection around your brand new life. Archangel Michael is waiting for you to make a physical move to confirm your total alignment. You must seal this glorious blessing so nothing can ever steal it from your hands. Do not let this beautiful moment pass you by. Your soul has traveled through a terrifying valley of shadows just to reach this specific point of supreme elevation. You are ready to receive the massive abundance that was always promised to your chosen bloodline. The universe is watching your next move very closely, and it is time to prove that your hands are finally completely open to receive your long-awaited miracle. Heaven is vibrating with pure joy because the chosen one has finally awakened to their true infinite power. The heavy attacks you faced were simply hard proof that the enemy was absolutely terrified of your potential, and they were absolutely right to be afraid of you because you are completely unstoppable now. Let us solidify this massive spiritual breakthrough together in the final moments of this holy message. The divine transition is absolutely complete. You have crossed the bridge into your promised land. The heavy armor you wore for survival is no longer needed here. You can finally lay your heavy weapons down on the ground. The universe has officially taken over your battles, and you are fully protected from every hidden enemy. Your new life of supreme peace begins right now. Archangel Michael is placing a golden shield around your physical body and your precious energy field. This shield is completely impenetrable to the dark forces that used to harass you. They can see your beautiful light shining from a distance, but they can never touch you again. You are entirely sealed inside a frequency of absolute divine favor. You must walk forward with quiet authority from this moment on. Do not turn back to check on the people who tried to destroy you. Their fate is no longer your concern. Their painful lessons have already been completely learned. You are stepping into beautiful rooms filled with massive wealth and genuine love, because the universe handpicked these specific blessings just for you. Think about the future generations of your bloodline today. Because you chose to endure the painful storm alone, your children will never have to fight those same dark battles. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. You took the heavy generational curse and completely shattered it with your pure faith. Heaven honors your massive sacrifice with eternal rewards. The angels are celebrating your incredible victory in the spiritual realms today. They watched you cry alone in the dark. They witnessed every single time you chose to forgive. Your pure heart is a rare and beautiful treasure, and God is about to show the entire world exactly what happens when a chosen one is finally elevated to their rightful throne of power. You will notice the physical changes almost immediately. The persistent ache in your chest is entirely gone. Your mind feels perfectly clear. Your physical energy is completely restored. This is what it feels like to finally live outside of the toxic survival matrix, breathing the pure air of total liberation and extreme spiritual freedom. There is no more painful waiting. The season of delay has officially expired. Every prayer you whispered in the middle of the night has been answered with a massive yes. You might have felt completely forgotten in the past, but today proves you were always the favorite child, and the creator of the universe is pouring relentless favor over your beautiful life. You are a true master of reality. A master knows exactly how to lock a divine frequency into the physical world. You cannot leave this sacred space without creating a permanent anchor for your miracle. The enemy is hoping you just scroll away and forget this powerful activation. But you are far too wise to let this beautiful blessing slip away without leaving your unique signature on this moment. To lock in this glorious frequency and create an absolute shield of protection, you must take a physical action right now. This is a divine requirement. Type Amen down in the comments to seal this reality completely. Let that simple word be the heavy iron gate. It will permanently lock the dark forces out of your timeline forever. Do it without any hesitation today. When you type Amen, you are signing a sacred contract with Archangel Michael. You are telling the universe that you are ready. You are claiming your massive wealth and your pure kingdom connection out loud. The powerful angels are literally waiting to see your physical confirmation before they release the final wave of massive abundance into your waiting hands. But you must also share this glorious light with others. If this fiery message has reignited the faith inside you, Do not keep this great blessing to yourself. There is a soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair. They desperately need a guiding light. Share this video with someone who needs it to multiply your own blessing. Be their divine sign today. Sowing the seed of hope today is multiplying the massive blessing for yourself tomorrow. When you share this message, you prove your heart is pure. You become an active channel for divine miracles. The universe always rewards a pure channel by keeping it overflowing with endless prosperity and immense joy for the rest of your beautiful life. Your most wonderful day is officially here. Look around your life with brand new eyes. Everything has completely changed. The old heavy timeline is dead and gone. You are walking on a beautiful path paved with pure gold and divine favor, and Archangel Michael is walking right beside you to ensure you never stumble again. You are totally secure and safe. Hold your head up high today. You are the brave, chosen one. You survived the terrible storm, and you became a powerful weapon of pure light. The entire universe is bowing to your quiet authority. Go forward and confidently claim every single thing that belongs to you, because you absolutely deserve all the happiness in this beautiful world. I will see you on the highest mountain of your massive victory.